Hi there, and welcome back to History of Fleetwood Mac. I'm Anita. Today we're going to get into episode 3 of volume 9 of my Stevie Nicks and Fleetwood Mac Scrapbooks. We're continuing on with Rock a Little era, and we're going to start right off. If you watch some of my videos, and I'm sorry to refer back to things, I had mentioned that I had a small collection that was about a dozen, or maybe 16 to 20 photos, I should say, from a teacher who had just sold some stuff on eBay one time. She just had this one assortment of photos of Stevie, and I was lucky enough to scoop them up. And these were the bulk. I've shown some, but the bulk of the photos were these ones right here. And as far as I know, these have never been seen because she doesn't know where the negatives are anymore. And I got the original prints. Although it's been several years, I did leave her name in the event I ever got, if she ever found the negatives. But, just really for the Wild Heart, oh my God, for the Rock a Little tour, just really cool to see some. This looks like it's kind of early in the tour as well. I love this one, so 80s. And I say that with love, because I'm an 80s fanatic. So it's kind of mixed in. There's a review, and there's a little excerpts of Stevie being in Australia, I want to say, with Bob Dylan and such. Just a little bit of this, a little bit of that, all these little clippings around here. Stevie binoculars. I think that went with Mark Coleman's review of Stevie Nicks' Rock a Little is unfair and inaccurate. You go. What else can you say about a remark like this? It'd be great for her to wrap her tentacles around. I wasn't aware Stevie Nicks had any tentacles, but if she does, she's welcome to wrap them around me anytime. Her lyrics are not incredibly vague, and they are deliberately ambiguous and contradictory. This is not an artistic... Where's the rest of this? This is not an artistic shortcoming, but an integral part of Stevie's view of what life is all about. Greg Calder. You go, Greg. I like you. When Coleman suggests another letter, because people were pissed, I guess, when Coleman suggests that Nicks add her distinctive growl to one of Holly Knight's songs, he's suggesting that she mold herself into just another commercial female singer. What is so wrong with Nicks carrying on the singer-songwriter tradition of... This brings to mind great names like Bob Dylan, Jim Morrison, Lionel Richie. If you doubt her ability to make a good record or her popularity, why not check out your own charts? Rock a Little stands at number 12. The single Talk to Me is number 9. The numbers don't lie. Rock on, Goldust Woman. Susan Childs. I know Susan. I know of Susan, I should say. And so good for her. And then another letter. If Stevie Nicks wants to sing about Sarah Belladonna dreaming on the moon, that's fine with me. I buy a record of her snoring if it was heartfelt as everything else she does. And that was sent in by Patrick Doran. So three bands that were just not having it. Rolling Stones little shitty reviews. So many little mean things that they would say to Stevie periodically. 2 or about, I should say. And they do that with any celebrity, don't get me wrong. And people who are in this public eye, they can hold up with that stuff, but I'm sure it's not their favorite thing in the day. I think Florence Welch was just giving advice to a band, an upcoming band, somebody, and she was saying that was her first piece of advice, is that if you're going to make it, in addition to staying true to your dreams and just go for it, don't work hard and keep going, was don't read things about what people write about you. Just don't do it. It'll drive you crazy. And you'll give up. I imagine it would be a real downer. As much as we have internet, we're so, humanity is so hot on, no bullying in schools and on internet and stuff like that. Yet at the same time, it's a form of bullying, in my opinion. And we just are like, well, it's celebrity, they're going to write about them. It's okay. And it's just really not. And that was then. We're a little bit better now. A little bit. A really fun page I had made up. These were 2 proof photos. And then I think things friends had sent to me. And then a really cool, unfortunately, it's bent like that. Really cool article about Stevie. Actually, this was USA Today, Monday, April 14th, 1986, and not terrible. After has anyone ever written anything for you? She bid a fond farewell. Stay well for me and be here for me when I come back. And I love you more than anything. And that's our Stevie right there. So kind and so about her fans. This was a random little picture. I think this might have also been in a pop-up one, but I found a seller on eBay and he had this picture and this picture of Stevie heading into, where did they say? Going into some club or something like that. And it was he only had those two. He had a lot of pictures of like Lindsay and Mick and stuff like that, separate times, not the same time, which I still need to get those pictures, but these were kind of cool. They were just kind of random pictures I hadn't seen before. And another pretty decent review from the Plain Dealer, June 14th, 1986. Then we have, so I guess this is the, so I'm not going to read this one. I'm going to reread it afterwards. I maybe should have read it first, but I guess this is the Rolling Stone review of the album that was just completely cruel. And people were not amused by it. It doesn't even say how many stars. I guess they didn't do that then. Yeah. Rolling Stone, they're so weird. And you know what's funny too about it? And I'm not going to go off on another tangent, but music is music, right? And it's subjective. Everybody loves it or they hate it. And most of my friends and family do not care for Stevie Nicks. That's why I'm so eager when I get to talk to other people and meet other people, because I want to talk about her. It's been a fan, I am a fan, and I'll continue to be a fan for years onward. But even if you don't like it, you got to respect that somebody makes it. Somebody had the willpower, the balls to do it, and went forward. And whether they were successful or not, and whatever scale you consider success. But why? You write for a music magazine. How about I don't care for this, but you might, or I don't like her. Have somebody else write the article. I never could figure that out about. And that doesn't mean everything has to have a good review. There are some things that just suck. I don't want to name any names, but I'm just saying. But I still, they people who have done things before me and music and stuff, I can't sing. So more power to them that they went out. It took all the guts I had to make these videos. I just was confident that nobody gave a rat's ass, and I'm not professional. I'm not all did up. I don't have all this heavy editing, but I went out and did it, and so far everybody's been really nice, and I'm super thankful. But just that's what I would tell anybody else as well. Like, hey, you want to do this? Just do it. Just don't worry about things and do it. But no, they have to have people that write crummy. I'm sorry. Oh, these are more photos from that teacher. And I think that these might be the last of them here. Yet another sticker by Jasmine Leslie. I mentioned her enough that I just need to, put her link in my bio. Whatever the hell that means. What does that mean? I don't know where the link is. I don't know where the bio is. But anyway. But super great shots of Stevie around that time. And date book. So here's my other friend, said nobody, Joel Selvin. Too bad the Knicks show proved so lame, but the concert goers had no problem enjoying the spacious grounds and the open air comfort of Graham's new amphitheater. Sure to be a major cultural blessing to the South Bay for years to come. I hate that guy. More sheet music that I had. Again, this I'm sure did come up in a pop-up video I had, because I just made it and I thought it was so clever. I love the kind of, it's not mint, it's kind of like a blue. It just kind of matched my paper and stuff. I thought I gave it kind of the homage it deserved, matching colors and such. Then this one I'm going to end. This is just, I don't know why I have this out. I guess I was talking about these and I kind of want to pull them all together. I think we're definitely in the right book. I mentioned a lot of these that had been out, and so many had come out, and I have all the mailers and all that stuff, and he had them for years, which led me to believe like some were from, like, say, Wild Heart or something like that, because he's Herbert Worthington, sorry, would send out the mailers and such and talk about these pictures. But a lot of the ones that I have are dated in Roman numerals, 1986 or 1987. I guess it just could be the later batches that he did that with, but I found it interesting that so many that were offered then. Oh, this one actually is 1950, 60, 70, 85, 87, this one. But my point is, sorry, that even though, he could print them up, and that's probably when he was just producing them or, sending them out to people for availability. Some of the ones that some certain pictures would come up that I thought were definitely from Wild Heart or Rock a Little or something like that, but were earlier, later, anyway, mixed up. And when you see some of the dates on some of the stuff, I was just perplexed, I guess, because by that date, it makes it sound like that's when it came out, but it had been a picture that had been out a while ago. So again, probably that date is just down there for, that batch, like when he sent them out, but still. I'll make myself a little bit clearer when I get them all together and show you what I mean, but this one is not dated. But I definitely think, I think this one is from Rock a Little. That's just me. This one, Wild Heart? I don't know. And I also don't know what else goes with these. Can anybody else picture or think? I mean, it looks, again, kind of like those ones I'd shown you with that. Sorry when I turn away here. Kind of like these. Kind of the outfit, but then she has that hat. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, that is the note I'm going to end this on. I have plenty more Rock a Little. Hold on. Goes back into its little spot here. Plenty more Rock a Little coming up. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I hope I didn't go off on too much. I don't know why these last few videos are like that. Could be, as I mentioned before, could be some of the pain meds I'm on. So forgive me. Stay with me, please. I hope you enjoyed this. Saw some things you haven't seen before. Thanks, as always, for coming to visit. And we'll see you next time. Bye.